Never go to the doctor again. That's what I'm going to be teaching you how to do in this video. In our American society, throughout the entire world, we have the highest rates of chronic disease ever than before. 67% of the United States population has at least one chronic disease. And why is that? Well, we have more environmental toxins than ever before. Our food is poisoned with things like glyphosate and with seed oils. And we've also become completely disconnected from our bodies. We've become disconnected from our emotions. We've become disconnected from our breath. So we need to become connected with our bodies, connected to our breath. And what I'm going to be teaching you in this video today is how to be able to increase your immune function so that you don't have to go to the doctor again. You don't have to spend money on prescription drugs. You don't have to spend money on surgeries and all these things that we spend money on and give money to healthcare for, the healthcare industry. And instead, I'm going to teach you how to be able to become your own healer, how to find your medicine within yourself. So, what causes dis-ease within the body? Instead of saying disease, we can say dis-ease, because that's truly what it is. It's dis-ease. So dis-ease is created from an increase in immune function, meaning that your immune system is working on overload. It's caused from chronic stress. So it's not just stress, it has become chronic, and it's caused from living in a constant sympathetic nervous system state. A sympathetic nervous system state is a fight or flight state. It's not bad to be in a sympathetic state, but when we're constantly in a sympathetic fight or flight state, we are in constant chronic stress and our immune system is in overload. So what this all does is it causes dis-ease within the body. It causes dis-ease within your nervous system. So if we want to bring ourselves from a state of, let's use blue for this, if we want to bring ourselves from a state of dis-ease to ease, what we have to do is then bring our immune system from a heightened overworking state to a more regulated immune function state, meaning that it's doing its job, but it's not overworking. We want to go from being in chronic stress to a regulated state, and we want to go from being in a constant sympathetic state to living more in a parasympathetic state. Parasympathetic is our rest and relaxed state. This is where we want to be more often. Most all people are constantly in this heightened state, chronic stress state all the time. That's leading to the dis-ease that you're feeling in your body. So we want to go more into ease and getting to that space. So how we do this? How do we go from dis-ease to ease? Well, the ways that we're going to allow our immune system to function more properly, how we're going to get into a more regulated state, is one of the first things that we have to do is we have to increase the amount of oxygen coming into our body. Oxygen is a transporter of nutrients and immune cells. So when you increase the amount of oxygen coming into your body, you'll have more nutrients, which will allow your body to be more nutrient rich, which will allow your whole system to be more regulated. And your immune system is going to function more optimally, meaning that it won't be working overload, but it will be able to function in the way that it's meant to. Like a virus will come into your body, the immune system will be able to fight that, rather than being in this heightened state where it's not able to function properly. So we want to increase the amount of oxygen coming into your body. And the second thing that we want to do is we want to regulate the nervous system. Your nervous system is something that is constantly being aware of your environment. It's being aware of your body. So when the nervous system is regulated, the body is much more in an ease state. And so how do we bring more oxygen into the body, and how do we regulate the nervous system? Well, something that connects us on a mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical level is our own breath. So the way that we are going to do this is becoming more and more connected with the breath. Because that, as we expand our breath, we focus on our breath, we are going to be able to bring more oxygen into the body. And the breath, what it does is it brings us from this more sympathetic state to a more parasympathetic state. So doing these two things is going to bring more nutrients into your body, regulate your nervous system, which is just going to allow your immune system to function on a much more optimal level. So what I recommend with getting into breath and bringing more oxygen into the body is doing something called a 3-part breath. What a 3-part breath is I'm going to do my best job to make a human being right here. So the 3-part breath is we're breathing into the diaphragm first, then we're breathing into the chest and the lungs, and then we exhale. So this is the 3 parts. It's into the diaphragm, into the chest, and then you exhale, and that's the 3 parts. So it's diaphragm, chest, exhale. Diaphragm, chest, exhale. So what it looks like is this. We breathe into the diaphragm first, we breathe into the chest, and then we exhale. It's a and the way that I like to do this is doing 30 breaths and then going into a 30-second hold on an inhale. And you can repeat this 3 times. So it's 30 breaths. It's 30. Do that for 30 breaths, expanding into your diaphragm as much as you can, expanding into your chest, and then exhaling, and then going into a 30-second hold. So the 30-second hold would be like a, and you hold that for 30 seconds on an inhale, and then you go into your next round, and you do that for 3 rounds. And then after the 3rd round, what I like to do is just sit in a silent meditation for about a minute, coming back to normal breathing in through the nose and out. And this is something that you can do every day, preferably in the morning. And what this will naturally do as you start to do it more and more is over time, your body's been in chronic stress for a long time. It's been in a sympathetic state for a long time. So as you continue to do this more and more and more, you will naturally come into a more regulated state. You will naturally come into a more parasympathetic state. You'll bring more oxygen into your body, and your nervous system is going to regulate. And what that will help you do is it will make your immune function more optimal. It's going to allow your immune system to function optimally because you're living in ease. You won't have to go to the doctor because you've become your own healer. And we have our own medicine inside of us. Literally just our own breath is how we can increase our immune function, how we can allow it to function optimally, and how we can allow ourselves to heal from anything. I know that for myself, 4 years ago, I was depressed, anxious, had an autoimmune condition. I started doing breath work every single day, and I experienced none of that anymore. My autoimmune condition is gone. Allergies that I used to have are gone because I've learned how to regulate my nervous system through breath work and through feeling. And this is what it's going to help you do. So I recommend to start implementing this into your life each and every single day because you are your own healer. You are powerful beyond measure. And you can be someone that heals themselves and shows others that they can heal themselves too. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did and you want more practices just like this one, go and click the first link in the description. I have a free group where I teach more about breath work. Thank you all so much for being here. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.